Good morning. My name is Jean. Let me know if you can hear me and see my screen over here. I hope you're having a great Friday today, almost finishing the week. There are a few hours. Remember that you can chat with us over there. There is a chat down below or a Q&A. If you want to tell me that you can hear me over here and see my screen, we could actually over here start at any second. Okay, great. That's good. All right, let's start then today's webinar. We're going to talk about the follow-up system completely. The first thing we need to do is log in into our account. If you're already logged in, remember that it will take you to this page and you just have to click on Control Panel over here. Then it will take you to the Control Panel where you have all the products from your ReiFax account. In my case, I have ReiFax Professional Dialer. All right, if you click over there on the product, it will take you to the search area. We're going to do a quick search so we can add several properties to the follow-up, and we can actually show you how to make an efficient use from the follow-up system. Now, I'm going to do a search over here on perhaps Orange County. All right, and I actually want to look for single family. And of course, I would like a pre-foreclosures. Remember that these filters are for you to start doing an efficient search. And of course, you can put all the parameters down below that you might want to add over here. If you perhaps want bacon, put yes. And then we do a search. Let's wait for it to be completed. All right, I got a total of 45 properties over here. Remember that if you want the status, what the color means over here, we got a legend that it will show you what every status of every property means over here. I'm going to tell you quickly over here. This is by owner and pre-foreclosure. As you can see, you click on the legend and it will tell you by owner, foreclosure, or pre-foreclosure. Right? I'm going to quickly add these properties over here. So you can add whatever property you might like to. And in this case, I would like these 4 properties. We can add this for a complete list, whatever property that you have already explored on the overview and the result. And yes, you like them. So you just want to add them. So if you would like to add them, you just have to click on follow up over here. And on this case, I would like to add the properties only for prospecting, because I would like to contact first the owner and see how is the property, perhaps make an offer. All right, so I'm going to add prospecting over here, add properties. And then let's wait for this little house to be completed and showing us the property that we just add. I'm going to do another search over here. You can see you can do different actions without losing everything you have done. I'm going to do the same one, but in this case, I would like to do a search on for sale with agents. All right. I want to put a for sale status over here, active. And of course, let's put a listing price. Let's put around 3,000. Equal or less than this price over here. And now let's do the search. Okay, these properties are listed for sale with an agent. So you must check out the status of the property that you just add, all right? In this case, I'm gonna add the first ones. Remember that you can always check the status over here, but as I was explaining to you, yes, the properties were successfully added to your follow-up. All these are listed. So let's add these 4 properties. And in this case, I'm buying the property, all right? They're already listed for sale. I already checked them, so I'm gonna add them as buying. Okay, let's remember that you can always check that property before adding it to your follow-up system. You can check the details in the overview and you can check, oh, all right, it's listed for sale. Okay, the status is active. And let's go back. Let's go to our follow-up properties over here. You can always go to your follow-up system, even if you already are charging different properties to add them over there. Okay, now we got our follow-up system. Over here, I got a total of 332 properties, all right? And it will show you all the properties we have done, we have added to our follow-up system in the past. How do I know which properties I added today? They're ordered by date. You can see them over here, August 6th, August 6th, all right? Okay, now what do I want to do with these properties? Okay, in this case over here, I'm going to show you every little thing that we can do with all these properties that I just add. For example, we can make calls. In this case that I have a ReiFax professional dialer, and you can see we're successfully added. I have ReiFax professional dialer, so I can make phone calls, but you can send your documents, you can sell emails, and many more things. We just select them. And of course, you can make the action. But the first thing I'm going to do is check the properties. Remember, you can do many actions with this property. The first thing that I'm going to do is actually check the contact info. Okay, in this case, this is a property by owner. You can see the details over here, but perhaps I would like more information. In my case, I can do a skip trace. That is the benefit that comes with a ReiFax professional dialer. So if you perhaps want a relative information, if you might want to have more phone numbers or an email address, you just have to click on a skip trace over here. Or if you would like to skip trace several properties at a time, you can do that. I check this property, let's check the other one. You can do it clicking on the contact, or you can actually do it over here. And you can see that all these properties got phone numbers. All right, now let's say that I would like to do a skip trace on these properties that I just added. We just have to click on contacts, skip trace. All right, over here in the folder on the follow-up system, you got 4 different folders for all the properties. You got the following area where it's organized by all the following properties that you just add, the block ones, the deleted, or the import. Remember that you can add properties to your CRM system over here. You can add them, import them over here, clicking all the address, the city, and everything else. And now let's check the property. Go to contact. Okay, of course, this wasn't anything new. We already got the phone number of the owner, so there's no issues. The skip trace would be actually for a property that you might want to have a relative's information, as you can see over here. You got the relatives information we didn't have of this property. You got a phone numbers over here and more information of that owner. This will serve you to make perhaps emails, to send perhaps an SMS with your Plivo, and many more things. You can see all the information. And of course, over here, you got different emails and different phone numbers for you to contact this owner. Remember, if you want to change the owner of this one, if you want to actually send the emails and contact all these phone numbers, you just have to change the setup owner. You just have to click over here and click on the little star, set as a principal. Over here. And this would be the address that they will send everything. For example, the email address, the contacts, calling them, sending text message. Over here will be all stored. And of course, you can do all of them. If you want to contact this one, it will be contact individually. You just must check them before sending anything over here. Now, from the actives by agent, for example, this screen, let's check the contact info. You can see over here that they are registered under an Inc., a corporation, perhaps a trustee, an LLC. So you must check if you want to send that person or contact that agent before anything else. If you don't, you actually got the owner's information over here. If you want to contact the agent directly, you can do both of them. You just have to select them before sending anything else. Now you can make different actions with this. Like I was explaining to you, you can make phone calls, you can send emails, text message, documents, fax, whatever you would like to. Or of course, you can actually calculate an offer for the properties you just added. This of course will be directly from the follow-up area, but you must be on guard with this because already the ones that are active for sale got a listing price. That is not the case with buy owner. You can see over here, they got no listing price. So you must be up to note to check if that is a property that you currently want to make the offer. Now, let's suppose that I already checked this property and I actually like it and I would like to contact the agent of this property. I would like to contact the agent. I would like to send first an email to this one. I already checked this. And yeah, I like it. Okay, the first thing that I'm going to do is make the offer. Now, you got two ways to make the offer over here. You can do it with the calculator, all right? You just have to click over here and put an offer factor. Let's say around 70% and around $100. You apply it and you wait for the offer to be done. Now, that is the first way. You can do different properties. You can select a lot of properties and make the offer like that. It will be calculated based on the listing price they currently have. Around the 75%. Now, if I open over here, you can move this, whatever you would like to. And you can see the offer 75% listing price and the offer I just did around 75%. Now, if you want to do it manually, you have that option too. You just have to click over here and select the amount that you would like to make for these properties. Let's say that in this case, I would like to have this one. And I click on update. That is the two ways you can actually calculate an offer on your follow-up system. Whatever you would like to is valid. Now, after you already did the offer, now comes sending whatever thing you would like to. Let's put perhaps an email for first. You can do that. You just have to click on email. And of course, it will take you to the template where you will be filled with all the variables from that properties. Dear agent's nickname, I got over here my template. ReiFax provides you with a default one. And of course, you select the owners or the relatives or the agents, whatever person you would like to contact, perhaps the agent's emails. Their agent's nickname, I'm very interested in a property. If you want to add a different variable, you can do that, clicking on the arrow, and of course, add different variables. And after that, you just click on send. That's all you must do. Now, this is the option with these ones. You can actually call them too if you would like to, and check the status of that property. We already know that they're on the market, but perhaps you would like to know a little bit more. Don't worry, you can change the template from the follow-up or check what you already got over here. You got days on the market, 7 days on the market, 11 days in the market. You got over here, or perhaps the status, the type of property you're looking for. If it is a foreclosure, if it is not a foreclosure, you can check over here a pre-foreclosure, no foreclosure. And of course, the counter offer if you would like to, the last listed insert history. If you already sent a contract, it will going to be checked over here. A proof of fund and the MD, you can send all over here to this address. Now, the same process will be with your documents. You just have to select them and send docs. Let's say that you already contact the person. It was a good email. They replied you back. Remember that you can synchronize your ReiFax account with them, and you just have to select the contract that you would like to send that person. Let's suppose that I would like to send my far bar. You can check over here everything before sending it, and then you just click on email. That's all you must do. Let's go back to our follow-up. You can actually make phone calls to this person. Of course, this would depend of your plan. In my case, I got ReiFax Professional Dialer, so I got the option to make phone calls to any of these agents. So I just have to click on Make Call. That's all I must do. And it will take me to the playful area where I can contact those agents and talk with them about the offer that I just did. Now, this is one of the views that the follow-up system gives you. Perhaps you would like a more detailed view. Perhaps you would like to check the streets or got a little bit of a picture of where it's located, those properties. You just have to change the view of the follow-up. And you can change over here how the property looks like. Oh yeah, really good, nice area. And of course, you got different details. It won't leave you behind. You got days on the market, no foreclosure, the offer you just did, the listing price, and many more things over here. This is the detail view, but if you want to, you can change to a map view and check where are they located over here. This is all my properties I got on the follow-up system. Now let's go back to the grid view. Remember that you can also filter all these properties over here. You just have to click on the filter button. And of course, select which type of filter would you like to add. Let's suppose that you got 1,000 properties on your follow-up and there are too many and you add so many today and you want to filter them by a status, perhaps. You click on filter. And over here, you can filter by address, of course, the state, the county, the city, the type of property you just added, or you can add that by the follow-up. What's the difference? Well, of course, this is a more detail if you want to specify a property you just recently add, or if you would like to just click on the status, the type of action you're doing on the follow-up system. because I already clicked buying. Let's click on filter. And it will filter all the properties that I just have only by the status of buying. You can check over here the status of the property. Buying, buying, buying. And of course, the color is going to change depending of the type of property. If it is by owner, if it is perhaps a closed sale, if it is an active one, you can check the status of every property over here. Now you got two ways of checking the legend of the properties. You got the follow-up, you can check them over here. And of course, you got the option of check them by properties, the one that you actually had on your results area. Now, all these tiny little pictures that you got over here mean all the action you have done with your properties on the follow-up area, okay? For example, if you add them from one of the products that we also offer from deal generator, is going to appear over here. When you add them on the follow-up system from deal generator, is going to be added automatically over here. Now, if you did a mailing campaign with the property, it's going to appear over here. If you got pending tasks too, or if you send an email. Now, let's schedule a task, because let's suppose that you are super busy this week and you want some emails to be sent, but you don't got the time to do it on Monday. You're a super busy person and you would like to be done automatically. But you got the options over here. Let me reset the filter. You got the option of doing that over here on your follow-up system. You just have to add the type of task and put automatically. Let's say that I would like to make this, I would like to send an email or send a text message to these properties that I just recently added, that they're foreclosure by owner. I would like to be scheduled task. And I select, of course, send SMS by playbook. Now, I want to be sent on Monday, a first time in the morning. Now, you got the option of doing automatically by the system, or you can do it manually too. If you are not really sure if you want to send them, you can select manual too. But because I want this to be done automatically, I just create a task. I click over here on create, and that task would be successfully created. And you can check them all on your task area. If they're still pending, if they were sent, and all more. Now, after you're already done or you already has pending task, over here is going to reflect on your follow-up system over here. As you can see, I got no pending tasks. I already did them. Okay, any question, guys, so far? We're doing good, right? Remember that you got the Q&A. If you want to make questions about the follow-up, you can. There's no rush. Okay, let's continue then. Now, let's say that I would also like to do with these properties by owner a mailing campaign. Because let's say that I actually checked the property and it didn't give me any results. It didn't give me any phone numbers. It didn't give me any emails to contact that person. So I would like to do a mailing campaign. You can also do that over here on the follow-up system. You just have to click on the properties and click mailing campaign. You select if you want a new campaign or add it to a different ones that you already created. For example, I would like to do a prospecting campaign that I already got over here. And of course, select to send postcards to this mailing campaign. After I do that, it will take me to the mailing campaign area where I can check all the details about the postcard, the designs that I would like to be sent to this mailing campaign to these properties. You got those options too. Now, another thing you can do if you didn't get any results with the skip trace, or perhaps you didn't get much information and you want more. You want an Excel format with the relative information. For example, you would like emails and phone numbers and names too. You can do a social media report with these properties. Let's say that I would like to do a social media, not with these ones because we already got the agency info, but with those ones, they're by owner. You just have to click on social media report. And of course, which type of info you would like to be displayed on your Excel format. Now you can select owners, owner cell phones, owner's email, or owner's all. That would be emails and cell phones too. Also, you can select the relatives too. Owner's relatives, all. That would mean their emails, their phone numbers, their names. It would all be displayed on your Excel format. You just select over here. And of course, that social media report will done. And we will have it on your download carpet. Now you got over here to the option of download all this information. Which information? The one that you currently have over here displayed. For example, the date of you had it at that property on the follow-up, the address, the zip code, the days on the market, the foreclosure status, all these can be displayed on an Excel format too. You just have to download it. How can I do that? You just click over here. Let's suppose that you would like to download and export these 50 properties. You come and click over here and download the Excel format as a CDS or as an Excel one. And that will be instantly exported on your computer. Now, let's say that you actually talk with the owner of this property, it wasn't a good one. You really don't want to contact them anymore. You already did everything you could, but it wasn't that well. And you want to block or delete the property. You got that option too. And don't worry, anything over your follow-up system is going to be lost. All the actions you do over here are going to be stored on the other carpets that I just told you, the block or the deleted ones. Let's say that I would like to block this property. I just click over here and I wait to be blocked. That way it won't appear again on your follow-up system, or you can delete it too. Okay. Now this one below, as I was telling you, you can go to the block area and check the property you just blocked. How do I know which property is? By date, of course. I can check them out over here. And if you want to restore it, you can do it at any moment. Like I was telling you, anything here is lost. Just click on restore properties. And that property is going back to the following carpet. Any question, guys? We're doing good? Okay, great. Now, you got different options to do over here on the follow-up system too. You got to check how actions, which type of actions you have done in the past. Now, you got two ways of doing actions to your properties on the follow-up. Now, the first one will be go to contact, as I was showing you. You can update the information of every contact, even added new information. You just have to click on add contact. And of course, select the type of contact. You will add the email address if you would like to, or a phone number. Of course, that won't be necessary. As I was telling you, you got the owner's info with tons of phone numbers. Or you can do over here, go to the overview. We already know you got all the details of the property. You got the foreclosure information, if it is a foreclosure. You got all type of info over there. The overview you already know. And the other thing that the follow-up system offers you is the follow-up history, okay? The follow-up history is going to show you every action you have done with the properties inside the follow-up system. Now, let me show you. If I click over here, go to follow history, you can check everything. And when I mean everything, action you have done with that property, since adding perhaps a new information, checking the contracts, perhaps pending tasks you have done, sending an email, sending an SMS, calling the person, every action is going to be displayed over here. Now, how does it look like? Let me show you with the property before that I just added. Let's check this property over here, or this one that I just actually added from. Let's click over here on follow-up history. That is going to show you all the actions you have done. You can check over here, property added from deal generator. This property was added. If you already did perhaps an email, if you're schedule a task, if you send an email, everything over there is going to be displayed. So no worries with that. You can keep track of every action you have done with your property inside if you want to check them one by one, or you can check them all over here. That is what the follow-up history and the follow-up system shows you. Now, let's suppose that I would actually like to make a call to this person to show you how the calls section looks like. I check the contact info. Okay, Narayan got a really good phone number, so let's call him back and see what's new over there. You can do that just clicking over the property and click on calls. After you do that, you click on your playbook, that is your phone line, and now you can make phone call over there. It will take you to the playbook section where you can talk with the owner of that property or the relative if you would like to. You can make those actions over there. Any question, guys? How we doing? None at all. Are you super sure that you don't got any information that you would like to ask about the follow-up? Remember that you got the Q&A open over there. At any second, you can just click and make the questions that you would like to. All right, remember that you can change the template that you got over here on the follow-up history to be displayed perhaps more information that you actually want to have. Perhaps you don't want to know the days on the market, or you don't want to know the days of last inserted history. You would like to have different information. You just have to manage your template. Clicking over here, it will take you to all the templates you got inside your account, and of course select the type of template that you might want to add. Let's put, for example, pre-foreclosures information. I click on load, and after that it will be displayed all the information that I want. For example, an auction date, an entry date, when was last sold, the case number, all the info that I might want to have is going to be here. And what for is that? Of course, for you to can export that as a CVS format, as an Excel format. And of course, if you would like to print them too, you can do that too. You can change your template at your own accord. You can select a new one. Perhaps you would like only with names. This is always going to be stored on your follow-up system. Now, if you want to go back, you just have to select the default, and that's all. Click on load. the default template. I click on refresh. All this is going to be safe in your account. So don't worry. Remember, you can add as many templates as you would like to. All right. You can have tons of templates with all the info, perhaps storage from a long time, or perhaps you would like to have more things on your account, and of course, got more information. Remember, the type of action you do with the properties on your follow-up system are going to be displayed over here. If you send any contracts, if you send an email, if you got a pending task, it is going to be displayed all over here. They will be saved so you can keep track of every property you got on your follow-up system. Now, let's say that I would actually like for our last team, send a blast email to different properties. You can do that too over there. You can have many actions displayed over here. You just have to click on send. And of course, select the type of action. If you want to send a blast, this would be a really good campaign for you to do that. But if you would like to schedule a new email, you can. That is an action that you currently also have over there. Click on the schedule task. And of course, select the type of action that you would like to, perhaps send email. And of course, execute date, for example. Let's put on Tuesday, the type of hour, and the minutes too. And of course, create the type of task. If you already check all those properties, if you already check that they got email address, if you want to contact them all completely, that would be a good exercise for you to apply. Any question, guys? You got a doubt, perhaps? Go ahead and ask. There are no wrong questions over here. All right, none at all. Now, a different action that you got over here is that you can send different contracts to different properties at the same time. Let's suppose that you want to send these three properties the same contracts. You already talked with them and you want to buy those properties. It was a really good one chat, and you want to actually send them contracts to them at the same time, because remember, on the result area, you can send contracts. The difference from the follow-up is that over here, you can do it to several properties at a time. But in the result area, you can only do it one at a time. So let's click then on send. And of course, send docs. That way it will take you to the document sections where you got all your docs stored. Select the type of document. You already did an offer, so there is no issues. Select the type of contract that you would like to add. If that is actually a good one, select over here for bar, for example. Remember that you can also add different contracts too. For example, let's spend Spain over here. And of course, click on email because I already checked the email. Remember, we already click it. We do actually click on the contact and check that they all got the agent's information. So now the next procedure will be clicking on email section. And that contract will be sent. Let me show you how. Click over here. It will take you to the send template that we actually checked a few moments ago. And of course, remember that you can manage all your templates over here. You manage the templates for everything you do on your follow-up system. The emails, the text message, of course, those will be saved over here, and the type of action will be displayed on the follow-up. Are we good, guys, then? Great, no questions so far. Remember that you can also do an skip trace from properties you already have stored, but perhaps you forgot to do them. For the skip trace, there is no time, no date. The only thing we got over there is limit, but don't worry, it's not that high. You can do as many skip trace over there and keep the track of how many you have done on your dashboard. Let's suppose that I would like to do an skip trace to this person. This one or this one, whatever you would like to, you can click over here. We suggest you to do the skip trace with properties by owner only. Remember, they are unaffiliated with any LLC, with no trustee or company, because of course it will give you the information from that company. It would be pointless, kind of like you want only the information from the owner and the relatives too. But if that property is under a company, you cannot do that. Now, of course, you click on contacts and do your skip trace. That would be a good one too. Are we good, guys, then? No questions? Great, guys. Well, this was all from the follow-up system. Remember that if you got any questions or doubts from this, you can always ask us as many as you would like to on the chat bubble. You can ask us questions about the follow-up, perhaps, or how to send your information, your contracts, your emails, your text message, or how to make a call, and we will reply to you as soon as we can. We're super fast in that case, so don't worry. If you got any questions, you can make as many as you would like to. Thank you very much, guys. It was a pleasure to have you today about this webinar from the follow-up. I really hope you have a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye, guys.